Tax Reform 2025. As you are all aware, the President has announced the tax reform study which will transform our taxes here in Cyprus. Now in this short video, we're going to talk about how this affects our international clients and of course the Cypriot clients, but our focus will be on the international clients. So this tax reform basically wants to be as social as possible, and I believe they have achieved this. Before we go into depth, it's very important to understand that this is a suggestion, has not passed through the parliament yet, and is subject to changes. Because of that, we're not going to get into the detail, because the details of the proposal can be found in our articles, and I will put a link below so that you can go and read where I explain in detail the brackets, the changes, and all, and what have you. This video is to explain to you how it affects you in a big picture. So this reform, I would say, it touches primarily the Cypriots and not so much the international clients. So the Cypriot businessmen will be very happy because they will see that the special defense tax is reduced to 5%, which is beautiful. This is amazing news. Their dividends will only be taxed 5% instead of 17%. Over and above, deemed dividend tax, which was the tax from profits of the last 2 years, will be abolished. So even if you had the profits in a year and you had not taken them out from your business, the previous tax law required you to pay taxes on those profits. Now this is abolished, and of course this is beautiful for Cyprus businessmen. And I'm referring to Cypriot businessmen because they are all domiciled and tax residents here in Cyprus. Unlike international clients who are non-dom, and as a result they never pay any dividend tax at all. So this is huge for Cypriots, but it makes no difference for the international clients because they haven't been paying dividend tax anyway. Now, what could affect our local international community here in Cyprus is, of course, the payroll taxes. The brackets have moved up. The tax-free amount has been set up to be 20,500, and it could reach up to 24,500. This is because if you have a child, your tax-free amount per parent goes up by 1,000. If you have a loan, a housing loan or a student loan, and you are a good payer, it goes up with another 1,500. And if you have made a renovation with green energy, or you're using solar panels, or I don't know if it's electric cars, this will be determined in future months. Then again, you have an extra 1,000 or an extra 1,500 tax-free amount. So your tax-free amount could reach up to 25,000 or 24,500, which is very good. However, it's not amazing, or we are not very ecstatic about it. It's something, but it's not wow. It could, the study could suggest, or the Minister of Finance and the President could suggest that the tax-free amount for everyone becomes 26,000, 28, whatever, 30, and that's it. This has not happened. It's more targeted, which is right to be targeted. But again, 4,000 or 5,000 higher than what it was. Okay, you make some savings, but you know, we're not going to become rich or go on holidays with it, if you know what I mean. The other important thing as far as remuneration is concerned is that the high threshold for the 35% is suggested to change from the 60,000 to the 80,000 euros worth of income per individual. This is a significant saving because you save 20,000 multiplied by 35%. That's how much you save just by this reform alone. Not to mention about the tax-free amount, which could increase up to 5,000 depending on each couple's circumstances and each individual's circumstances, of course. Now, the gist of the matter and the problem for internationals is that there is a suggestion, again, this has not passed through the parliament, that the corporation tax will increase from 12.5% to 5%. Now, in previous videos we made in Greek, we have analyzed that the Cypriots wouldn't care because overall they're saving approximately 10% from the deemed dividend and the dividend tax versus this 2.5% increase in corporation tax. But it is an important tax for our international clients, and of course it is important for us, the service providers, the whole service industry, the professional service industries in Cyprus, who we are bringing clients from abroad, from all over the world. We're saying that Cyprus has low corporation taxes, low maintenance costs to run a business, safe, legal environment, huge facilities for everyone, good to live, build, relocate your staff, your headquarters. But the taxes are slowly going up. And this is crucial and this is important for everyone to put pressure on the President and the Minister of Finance not to touch the corporation tax. What about Malta? What about Bulgaria? What about Romania? What about other low tax jurisdictions? Do they have pressures? Are they increasing their taxes every 5 years? All these jurisdictions are playing and they're making tricks, and they are advertising that their tax is 0 or their tax is 4% or 5%. And of course, it increases once you start using this kind of companies, or they charge you and then they repatriate the taxes back to you, reducing your effective tax to 5% or 6%. So we need to fight for the 15%. It's not that we're going to lose fortunes with the 2.5%, but let's not forget that corporation tax was 10%. Prior to that, it was 4.25%, and at some point it was 0 when I was young. And now we're going 15%, and I don't know when this ends. Of course, if in the end this 15% applies only to multinational companies and not small trading companies, I think and I guess it's fine, because there was lots of pressure from the European Union to have a uniform corporation rate at 15% for all multinational companies. If this is the case, and this needs to be carefully explained to everyone and stipulated in the tax laws, I don't think we will have a problem, and I think it's fair, because this is attractive for multinationals who will come to Cyprus and benefit the low payroll costs, the low setup and running costs, and of course they will be paying as much they would pay anywhere else, but their employees will be happier, the shareholders will be happier, and their clients as a result will be happier. So in a nutshell, these are the main things of the tax reform, which strictly speaking, we're not talking about a reform, we are changing few tax rates and tax bundles. A reform means something else. Let's see, this is the first suggestion. I'm sure that things will go up and forward with many people here in Cyprus, so that you will know the locals and the employees are a bit unhappy with the tax-free amount, so they're pushing it to go up. They are unhappy about the tax brackets because they want the 25% or the 30% to have larger room, because the majority of employees in Cyprus are not earning more than 60,000. And I would say the high earners, let's say, earn from 40,000 onwards. So again, there is pressure to change a bit the tax brackets there so that everyone will be happy. Let's wait and see. The time will tell. Nothing has passed, so it's business as usual. 12.5%. The first 19,500 taxable income is tax-free. More than 60,000 worth of profits, if you're a sole trader, or personal income will be subject to 35%, and all the brackets is as you used to know them. Nothing has changed. Let's see what this government will do with this tax reform. If you have any inquiries, if you want us to assist you with payroll matters, accounting, audit, tax, we are handling and servicing hundreds of clients on a daily basis. We are a big firm here in Nicosia in Limassol, and now with an office in the UAE. Feel free to contact me at the phone below or at enquiries@cyprusaccountants.com.cy.